lower control arm bushings. Extremely cost-effective part. Usually you can get these from anywhere from about $6 to $12 right now. It's the end of 2019. Don't really know of a huge energy suspension performance upgrade, but I know they make an AC Delco one and Moog makes one. The difference primarily in these is when you go to the newer versions, I think after 78, you'll have disc brakes on these 620 frames. So the only real difference is they're same diameter, but the newer version lower control arm actually, this little sleeve right here actually just comes up, I think it's like 2 or 3 millimeters on each side. This one is the original version, similar to the 521. This is we'll call it the first gen lower control arm bushing. So AC Delco makes a version of that. I'll give you the part number at the end of this. But what we're going to do here today is you can either attempt to remove this a number of different ways. You could try like a press out. That works from time to time. I use a different method. I actually I use a similar method that I use on subframe bushings, and we'll actually burn out the rubber insulation that's right here, and then this inside sleeve basically just kind of falls out. Now there's another sleeve that's on the inside here, that's right there, that we're actually going to just use a Sawzall real quick and just lightly take our time and kind of cut away the sleeve, and then you actually take out all the tension on the sleeve, and it just kind of falls right out. Then when we're done, we'll kind of take a little cone hone or a sand roll and just kind of clean it all up in there. We don't want to distort the diameter of that, but we're just basically just want to kind of clean it all up. And you'll kind of see as we go. Now that we've got the rubber nice and spongy, we're going to basically drill 6 holes in this, 6 or 8, whatever you want to do, so you can start getting this thing, I guess, kind of aerated, as it will. All right, so now that we've drilled our holes and I guess smoothed out our rubber bushings, we can almost whoop, push this sucker right out. I cleared this a little bit so you could see what I was talking about on the cut. So I just make basically a long cut all the way through the bushing itself, and then from there I start to lift up a corner, and then I just kind of walk, usually like a sacrificial screwdriver, and it just walks and breaks up the bead. Now I'll usually do this on the south, the north, basically the 4 points. And then from there, I'll just kind of figure out where I'm going to get lucky, and then walk my piece and go from there. Try not to, this is actually the metal sleeve, try not to mar that up a little bit if you can, but just, you know, go a little bit at a time, small pulses. And then from there, you'll start to walk this piece out. We'll show you next how that's going to happen. All right, so this is what we got. We've made our cuts and started lifting up our metal so we can start to get it to move. Now from here, I'm going to basically just take a socket and kind of beat it out. If you have the original like a press out tool, that works great too as well. Sometimes you can be a little stubborn, which is why the whole reason why I'm doing this process is you'll try to hit it with the press and it'll just smile at you. But this is kind of just a way to work it a little bit differently. So we're going to basically do this. And see if I can get this to hold. I doubt it. We'll come back to it. And just with a little bit of light tapping, this is what we can accomplish. And just taking our time and not really trying to destroy anything. And here we have it out. So we'll come in here and we'll just clean this up maybe with a light sand roll. and then after we're done with this frame, we're basically going to send this off to blast and kind of powder coat the whole thing. I'll probably come back through here and clean this up, or we might press in the bushing before it goes out to powder. It just depends what I feel like doing. But other than that, that's it. We'll clean up some of this this gouging a little bit so it looks pretty, I guess. And that's it. As you can see, I really didn't gouge anything in here. I didn't cut any major sections inside here. Sometimes you will. It's okay to just kind of go through those and clean them up. You don't want to get too low because then you start to mess with the diameter of the bushing. But just kind of come in there, clean it up a little bit. It's not the end of the world. So let's get started on cutting away this other one. We'll go from there.